Another wonderful Lexington local. Today I am here with Shubrah of Shubrah.com fashion design.
Hi guys.
That's pretty interesting. There's not
Thank
many
you.
people who
Yes.
do that, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So tell me why. Why are you in fashion design?
So it's my profession. I have a couple of master's degrees in design,
Okay.
and I started. I used to work for very large corporate design houses,
Mm-hmm.
Victoria's Secret catalog, Limited,
Oh,
Talbots, all those.
okay.
And then I saw a lot of waste. There was a lot of churn. It was fast fashion. So in 2008, I decided to start um, actually a online business that dealt only with organic fabrics, upcycling Indian fabrics like saris, and then creating a completely sustainable design collection.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that was the thought.
That's an impressive goal. But how do you go about doing that? So you have this idea. Like, where do you get the fabric?
So the fabric originally, I had to really work with uh, larger, fabric vendors and
Mm-hmm.
ask them if they would create organic cotton for me, or there was organic fabric lying around, or natural fabrics lying around, because I'm a small business. If they had anything that I could use for my designs. And I came up with so many roadblocks because they want to work with very large businesses, and they
Right.
want to, create bulk orders.
Mm-hmm.
So my idea was really to have unique designs, smaller lots, not have this churn where, you buy it one day and then it's out of fashion, you're not going to wear it ever again. And then also create something that's completely soup to nuts biodegradable. So it's all organic, even the lining is organic. Or natural. And then I ship, it's all on the web. I'm only shipping using fabric bags. And,
Nice.
all the marketing is with recycled cardboard hang tags, things like that.
So is it like one of a kind? So if I go to your website and I say I love this.
Some of it is one of a kind. For example, like I created this jacket out of some old sari fabrics. Some of it is one of a kind. I get a lot of fusion bridal, work now recently. There's been a lot of this demand for Indian fabrics as such. But this is an old fabric sari that I cut up and then created this wrap dress.
So how does it work? I mean, this might be silly questions, but someone has made 20 of these and they're sitting in a warehouse somewhere, or you put the order in?
I mean, a sari is 5 yards. So I can barely get like 2 dresses out of it.
I see.
So that's the one of a kind stuff.
Okay.
But then I have a whole collection online of men's shirts and women's clothing that is all sized. But again, 100% silk or cotton or linen.
Feels nice.
And these are all sized. I have inventory.
Okay, you have inventory of these.
I can ship.
But say I wanted one of these.
And I would make it to custom order.
You would make it to custom order.
Yeah. But I would have to first show you the kind of fabrics I have, and then I will work with you to see what colors would work, and together, and so the same design has been done in a few other variations.
Super
this one
pretty.
has a cotton fabric down here.
Yeah.
So these are all like remnants and leftover fabrics that I've been working with.
Wow. So you come up with the design.
And it's manufactured mostly in India right now. I would love to find someone here who can sew for me, but
I see.
It's hard to do. It gets also really expensive. So I have done that. If there's I've made bridal dresses for some fusion, occasions. I had a.
What do you mean by fusion occasions?
So I don't know if you remember, but there used to be a woman on TV called Sorbani Banerjee. She was on, I think, Channel 7. She's now in Tampa. But she got married, and she was marrying a Texan. And she wanted a white, like not white, but off-white gown, but she wanted to use her heritage of Indian fabrics, but she wanted a completely Western design.
Gotcha.
So,
All right. Okay. So sort of like fusion food. It's fusion clothing.
Fusion clothing.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So the fabrics are, sourced from somewhere else.
Okay.
But the design is completely American, so to speak.
Gotcha. And who buys these things? Like, is there a demographic?
So I originally, when I started the business, I, did some market research, and I thought, and this was in 2008, no one was talking about eco-friendly clothing, sustainable clothing, none of that. They thought I was crazy. I also said I'm going to do everything word of mouth. I'm going to have a client who comes in, goes to a trunk show I'm doing, or I'm on the web, they find me, in some way, and they, I have scarves, I have all kinds of, accessories, and they find me and they buy it. I think my client today is 50-50 of people who have some connection with India or of Indian origin or something, but the rest are not. They're, they're all ages. Sometimes they're buying something to gift to somebody else. Sometimes it's like a bridesmaid who are, they want like a special occasion dress. It could be men who are looking for party shirts.
Yeah, those are really pretty. Yeah, I love
these
that
are
one.
all sized as well.
Right.
So I think it's really someone who's looking for something special, unique, and then they like the idea of that it's all natural.
Yeah, well, who wouldn't, right? So, like, when you were a little girl, did you always want to, like, design dresses?
I always used to design my own clothes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
my father used to take me to, we didn't have too many stores that sold ready to wear back in the day when I was growing up in India. And so my dad would take me to a fabric shop. We would buy some fabric, and then I would go to a tailor and I would sketch out what I wanted, and the tailor would sew it for me. So that's how my undergrad degree is actually in economics.
Okay. Well, that could be useful. To running a business.
Exactly.
But,
yeah. And then I switched to, getting a couple of master's degrees in design because I was very keen to be be like qualified as a designer. And it's a very technical field. So it's really hard to explain to,
to me
or anybody because we have to deal a lot with measurements, and it's also different fabrics, and fabrics are actually very technical because they're woven, and so you have to know, you have to learn about textiles, and you also have to learn about creating for different types of people, height, width, whatever it is, men, women, children. So it's quite a technical field as such. And things have changed. I mean, things have gone from being handmade to in very small quantities to global fashion chains. So that changed the equation completely.
Yeah, but I think people still like the idea of this, right? Something special, something small, something.
I think so.
Earth friendly, right?
Yeah. And I think that earth friendly thing has really, come into everyone's talking about it now. People weren't talking about it 10 years ago, but people are really talking about it now. People are concerned, and the garment industry is a huge polluter.
Right. Yeah, it gets a bad rap for a lot of things. Yeah. So probably all true. So
yeah.
Oh,
I've seen the other side as well. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It is true.
So do you want to talk about your side gig that I read about? Your college advising? Very interesting.
That just sort of happened. I advised my own kids, when they were in LHS, they needed some help. And then the whole portfolio thing started coming up when some other college counselors started asking me if I'd help their students. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if they went to somebody else for their essays or
Mm-hmm.
whatever and other, advising, suddenly the counselor felt that they were not capable of, actually helping them with the portfolio. And
Mm.
so it kind of just expanded from that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but in the last few years, I've been getting students who want to be in the creative field. They don't want to be going to college for economics and then thinking
Okay.
whether they could sing on the side. So it's become really about working with these students who are very clear about what they want. Vocal music, sometimes it's fashion, sometimes it's architecture,
Mm-hmm.
um, what else? Fine arts.
Mm.
So yeah, it's been interesting. It's
Mm.
just a word of mouth,
Right.
thing that
Okay.
kind of grew. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
My daughter likes art, so,
Yeah.
but it's a side gig. Like, she's not going to be an artist, but
Yes. Yeah.
she spends a lot of time doing
Doing art.
art.
Yeah.
So
And
she should be showcasing
that's
that,
exactly it.
right?
That's
So,
exactly it. I think um, I think colleges are looking for the whole kid.
mm-hmm.
They don't want to see just the academics and the
Mm-hmm.
testing and the recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see what else you did,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in your 4 years in high school, or some of these kids have been, drawing
Right.
or singing
Forever.
forever.
Right.
So the portfolio actually really showcases their other interests and
Mm-hmm.
activities.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone is interested in computer science.
No.
So
Thank God. It would be a very boring
yeah,
world.
exactly. Yeah, and I feel very strongly about women in the arts.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, this is a good way to be in
Mm.
touch with students and,
Nice.
help them
All
navigate.
right. All right. Many talents. Many
Ah,
talents.
thank
So,
you. Thank
and I know
you.
you can find it at Shubrah.com. There's an H on the end of that.
Yes.
But yeah. And we have our sidekick Shadow. You'll see Shadow
Yeah,
in a
you'll see
second.
Shadow.
He helps with everything, right?
He's there for every fitting, unless like someone says, please get him out of the room.
He gets final call whether it looks good or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
used to working with his mom.
That's nice. That's nice. Well, thank you so much for your
Thank
time. These
you.
are beautiful clothes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really beautiful.
they're fun, and
I
they're
love the color.
they're party. Yeah, I love color, so that's one way to bring color into anyone's life.
Right? Right. So thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.